We have a grand mass of noise and colour, and the juices are flowing. Well, it was 2014 that Corinthians relocated to this high-tech arena. This the ultimate demonstration of their power as a club revered amongst the world's supporters. Their fan base believed to be somewhere in the region of 30 million people. And already we're underway here. Another episode of this age-old tale, uncompromising conflict. Shapes to shoot! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Haaland is offering a wry smile there.
Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Casemiro. And now a sudden chance to counter. Saliba does well to get it back. That's been cut out, well played. Well, here's a guy, Jim, whose position you would certainly understand, and indeed his club was your club also. What do you see as the key role for Trent Alexander-Arnold?
I don't think we've seen a defender, let alone a fullback, so technically accomplished as he is. His main job is in the final third, producing telling passes. Defensively, it's a weakness. Going forward, he's a gem.
And they've got rid. Alexander-Arnold.
That was lovely, that.
He is through here. Good read, needed to be. Adriano. Oh, that's a key interception. No, he's just misjudged that one. Corinthians do have a chance to counter here. Sao Paulo yet to have an attempt on goal. Onana. And it's Ruben Neves. Alexander-Arnold. It's in, and that looks to me very much like an own goal.
That can happen to anyone. It's truly, truly unlucky for him, but it's just the way it is.
So one moment's crazy confusion, but they all count.
Well, that's something you don't expect at a match like this, but I guess you have to take whatever way it comes, and very gratefully.
Alexander-Arnold. The sides separated then just by that one unfortunate moment. And the score is 1-0. Brilliantly cut out. Casemiro, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. Roberto Carlos chasing after it. Akanji. Nicely aimed pass. Onana has a look and plays it forward. To Musiala. Alexander-Arnold. Sanchez. Torres. Now that looks a decent ball. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. And it's Roberto Carlos. Alexander-Arnold takes control of it and he's on the move. And here's Roberto Carlos. Now that's well seen too.
Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah, and those that are up top, Peter, have to be willing to chase. And of course, those in midfield have to be ready now to recycle.
And they have got just the right players for that. Danger averted for now. Roberto Carlos in with the challenge. Adriano. Musiala gets a foot in here. 1-0 here just before the break, and it looks as though it's going to stay that way for now. Oh, good-looking ball. Upamecano calmly anticipates.
That's just playing it safe and simple. A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
He's picked his way through. That's good defending, very good defending. Ruben Neves. Sanchez. Upamecano. And there is the half-time whistle. Well, it's a half which has simmered along nicely, warming up to what may be a more open second half to follow.
Oh, what a terrific 45 minutes, all triggered by a helter-skelter tempo that has, been very open, end-to-end, ding-dong stuff, with so much to enjoy. It's a cracking watch.
Well, you'd have to say it's a game that has very much lived up to the pre-game expectations. Passions running pretty high, rivals going at each other 100 miles an hour. You wonder whether they can keep this up. Sao Paulo, the happier of the teams, heading in for half-time, 1-0 up. And we are already promptly back. Big chance! And the keeper couldn't hold it. It's in! A two-goal lead, and they're firmly in control. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, it still had to be finished off, so well done to the goal scorer, but the keeper should have done a lot better.
Sao Paulo are doing very nicely, thank you.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up.
Ruben Neves. No, again there's no way through. Torres. Now it's Roberto Carlos. Roberto Carlos. Messi.
This is the time you need that pace.
And the pass is intercepted. And here's the chance to counter.
Incentive set and incentive met. Now they've got to take it on another level.
Roberto Carlos. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Oh, played through for the wide man.
Público presente na partida de hoje. 60.179 espectadores.
That's alert and sharp and very well played.
That is a great pick out. Goalkeeper's ball. Messi. Now it's Haaland. Akanji did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Defending of the desperate variety. Haaland. Onana with the clearance. Corinthians have got it back and they'll have another go. Messi. Messi! A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
Well, one sloppy lapse like that can do a lot of damage, and it was triggered by the closing down.
Substituição no time do Corinthians.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while.
Well, this could be an indication that the team are setting themselves up for the counter-attack here, Peter, and he is very good at that type of thing.
Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
Sao Paulo clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
And the shot! Yes! The lead is extended still further. It is a good finish. The odds were against him. Little matter.
Torres demonstrated great strength there. I mean, he really had to hold his man off and just create enough room for him to be able to get the shot away. And I think it's just top play.
3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy. And a header! Here comes the corner. Corner number 2 then. Sanchez getting this one clear. Sao Paulo have the chance to go the other way. Musiala bumps him off it and wins back the ball. That's gone for a throw-in.